The worldwide economic situation is expected to continue its decline. 281,000 Americans so far have filed for unemployment benefits last week. That's a 33% week-to-week jump. But it's nothing compared to this coming week. Goldman Sachs thinks it will spike to 2.25 million Americans. Joining me now is Carlos Lowell. He is a financial advisor in Coral Gables. Carlos, right now a lot of people are worried, of course, about money. Everyone seems to be suffering, from restaurants to the events industry. Is there anything that people can do right now and not to panic?
I think that everyone has to do their best to not panic, try to be patient, try to be comfortable with the changes that we're having to go through. The most important thing that everybody can do is really to just make sure their liquidity is there. You don't want to make losses permanent. So if you can make sure that you're taking care of your needs, at least for the foreseeable future from a cash standpoint, you can help yourself quite a bit.
Do you have any tips for the people who, are minimum wage employees, hourly, or people who may have been laid off or their hours severely reduced right now?
Yeah. Again, you want to reduce your expenses as much as possible. You want to really conserve your cash. Make sure that you're doing everything you can to make whatever resources you have at your disposal last as much as possible. I'd also tell you want to make sure you're taking advantage of any programs, whether it's unemployment or anything being offered by the companies, to ensure that you're maximizing what you have, you're able to get as you go through this process.
And just the other day, I was in the Florida Keys. I was speaking with a woman who said her husband in his 60s, set to retire later this year, already lost 2/3 of his retirement fund. What do you have to say to those people?
What they have to keep in mind is that this has been a very sharp downturn. The markets have moved very, very quickly. Hopefully, if we're able to control the crisis by about mid-April, the expectation is we should see a recovery in the second half of the year. If they can hold on and be patient, the thought is that you could have a V-shaped or U-shaped recovery, so we start seeing a good end of 2020. If they can hold on, that's probably a good idea, as long as they stick to their plan and they don't do any kind of panic selling or anything like that. I would say they should hold their course and stick to their plan.
And let's talk a little bit about, for those who maybe want to invest or people who had been looking to purchase homes right now, is this a good time?
Well, I'm not an expert in real estate, but when it comes to investing, there are a number of people who are looking at this crisis and trying to figure out what are the best areas. So some of the areas that will benefit from trends that are already in place, like online education, fintech, 5G, online shopping, any of those things will continue to accelerate the trends that we're already seeing. So those are areas that I see people putting some money to work, looking for investments that hopefully will do well over the next years.
And lastly, I know you had mentioned right now is the time to make sure you save your cash and keep those expenses low, but there are some people who just say that there's no other choice. They have to buy a lot of groceries or stock up, or they're not working, or they can't pay for childcare. Is there anything that those people can do?
I don't have a silver bullet. I wish I could tell you all they have to do is this, but I think they just have to try to be as conscious as they can be. Really reduce their expenses. It's not a perfect solution for any of them, because I know that there's strains for many people, but I definitely feel that if they can just try to hold on for a bit, this is not something that's going to be hopefully something we're dealing with for years. It's just weeks, hopefully. If that's the case, then we'll all hopefully come out okay well on the other side.
Definitely everyone going through a tough time right now and just hoping for the best. Carlos, thank you very much for your time.